we'll do it live. Actually, have you seen that clip?
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly one?
Yes!
Yeah, dude, everyone's seen that clip.
I hadn't.
What?
Christina Aguilera showed me when she was here.
You've never seen
You got a hair on your cheek.
Take it off for me, Daddy, thanks.
Do I get to blow a wish if it's not your eyelash, but I pull it off your eyelashes?
It is not an eyelash at all.
Freya's got long eyelash. It could be.
Her
Probably. Odds are, no. There's
Odds
a lot more
from
hair.
Her body, yeah.
There's a lot more hairs than eyelash hairs on
dude,
this dog.
Freya has brutally eviscerated the stuffed monkey.
She's a killer.
Yeah, she really is.
Golden retrievers, man. Pit bulls. We're gonna have to use actual bleep sound effects in this podcast. I am off to a rough start.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm Bill O'Reillying this one.
Well, that was a quote, so you're okay. It's like me saying the N-word. I can quote it. Is that an edit?
That's how that works.
That'll be something to figure out tomorrow whether that's staying in.
How does that? Is there a consensus for how that works?
Absolutely not a consensus.
Because I don't say it, and I don't think I have any interest in it, but I don't like. No, this is the bad train of thought to go down. I'm not going to say, like, should I go get a bunch of black friends?
No, but you also want to rap Chance the Rapper's verse in Ultralight Beam as bad as, like, more than anything, and it's in there, and it's like, what do I do?
Honestly, that and, like, Freaks and Geeks. If I can just sing those two songs, only while the songs are playing, louder than I sing, and I'm by myself, am I then allowed to? Like, that's really it.
Not even by yourself, even, like, with other people.
With what other people? Are there rules? Steven, I've never stressed about this, but now I am.
Like, because, I really have no interest in saying it conversationally. And even if it's for comedic effect, like, oh, look at the white guy saying it, like, I still don't have much of an interest. Like, I can just pass and not deal with it. But yeah, dude, when some, like, song comes on, it's like, these words are not my own. I'm not consciously thinking about them. They are flowing through me on instinct because I've heard this song before.
But a medium channeling the spirit.
Exactly. It's like, that's still a problem. But I don't think there really is a consensus on that. I mean, some people are fine with it. Some people are not as fine with it. It's something you got to feel out.
I think I generally get along better with the people that are fine with it and get it.
Yeah. Oh. What a start.
Yeah, really came into this one guns blazing.
We kind of stumbled into that one.
Talking about not knowing how to intro this podcast, so we just click record, and I didn't think we would come out swinging, but
yeah, really.
Evidently hard and fast is our default setting.
So Zane, what do you got for me today?
Hard and fast. Hard and fast. Like, I've been watching anime hard and fast.
That's right. You've been power watching. You've been turbo watching anime. What have you been watching?
Plus Ultra.
Oh, dude, My Hero, man.
My Hero Academia recently.
The new hotness right now.
I found that for those of you who are maybe a little bit reserved about anime, there's definitely a lot of social stigma and a particular type of fan for anime that I don't necessarily jive with, but especially in my fraternity and among all of my engineering coworkers, I have a lot of people near me in my life that watch anime, and they recommend a lot of shows. And I've watched a decent number of them, and objectively, they're pretty great, and you should probably get past your biases and give it a shot. Because some of them are just excellent storytelling, beautifully animated, sometimes even the voice acting is great, and they are good TV. It's like if you watched cartoons and you enjoy movies, watch this weird in-between of a cartoon and a movie. Give them a shot.
Dude, you know what it is about anime? Is that there's a certain level of it that is just so genuine. Like, you go even, like, some of the most, like, corny shit out there in America. Like, I like Marvel movies, like, I enjoy my time with them, but even then, they have to be, like, a little bit, like, tongue-in-cheek meta. Like, they, like, break the tension with a joke that, like, oh, this is clearly a movie. But in anime, just, like, sure, they play things for laughs, but, like, I don't know, it's so, like, genuine. When someone's really just trying their best, you suspend your disbelief a little bit, and you go on these, like, amazing adventures.
Yes, if you can, it's like reading a fantasy novel. If you can suspend the disbelief.
Absolutely.
And that's right. It's genuine because it isn't constructed in our world like Marvel is.
Yeah.
It's because every single anime is constructed in a wholly unique world that has its own norms and history
and rules
and geography, and that's what's so cool. Each one of them is literally a unique created world. Almost no anime takes place in a truly Earth-like setting.
Yeah.
And even the ones that do, like maybe Death Note, which is Japan on Earth, those still have a wholly unique set of rules and logic to the world. Things work differently, so it's a wholly different story. And that's the disbelief. If you can get past that, then you're just on a fantasy or whatever theme journey. And Death Note also, on that Death Note, is a recommendation. That's 37 episodes, one season, and maybe the best arc of a TV show I've ever seen. Like the best written story.
Death Note is what I tell people to watch who say they don't like anime or have never watched anime before.
I like that one, and One Punch Man I think is incredible because it's fun and it's a parody of anime and how over the top it is. Plus it's gorgeous and funny. But I showed Christina Aguilera that as a first anime episode, and I think it actually should be held back for someone who's seen at least a few.
Absolutely. I was going to say the same thing.
You appreciate it more if you get what anime kind of is, and then you watch
You understand the tropes it's playing on when you watch One Punch Man.
After one episode, I was like, actually, this isn't the best intro. My mistake.
It just looks like dumb to someone, I feel like. But Bill Burr doesn't watch anime, but he liked One Punch Man.
That's true.
That's pretty crazy.
That's a glowing
That makes me like him so much more.
Animes are great. And lately, though, I've been watching, what was it? Black Clover, I burnt through. Mm-hmm. My Hero Academia, I'm on now. Mm-hmm. And one other, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the first two parts. So 3 very popular ones, and they're great. But the reason I've been watching so much lately is I found that they make really good background to semi-pay attention to, at least if you're watching the English version, while I'm doing other work and studying. So I find that I can burn through and turbo watch like 100 episodes in a month because they're 15 minutes long and easy to have going pretty much all the time.
Dude, the show that I'm watching right now, well, I actually just started Rami on Hulu, which, little side note, great show, worth watching. But what I've been watching a lot of lately has been 30 Rock. I've been like semi-binge watching 30 Rock. And it is a solid sitcom, but I'm getting to the point where it's like, all right, it's a sitcom. I'm like 4 seasons in now. Like, there's not much plot to progress. And so like, you kind of like...
It's just more things happening.
I kind of like, yeah, exactly. It's just more things happening.
This world in stasis.
Yeah, with these characters. And so like, I'm kind of falling off. And I was talking to Danny on the phone about it because he recently binged the entire show. And
that kid has an iron will.
And so I was talking about, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like falling off. Like, you just finished it. Is it worth me going through all 7 seasons? He's like, dude, 30 Rock isn't a show that you just sit down and watch. It's a show that you constantly have in the background while you're banging. And I was like, oh,
but then I wouldn't
be how I'm supposed to watch the show.
But then I wouldn't be any episodes in.
Oh, exactly. Well, that's true. But just, I guess the show you watch in the background was more the grander point. But like, I don't know. It is a cleverly written show, and there's a bunch of little clever jokes. But I think it's a show for writers. I think that's like kind of like how to sell 30 Rock.
Aims more. I liked Parks and Rec. That one I watched all the way through. Office didn't catch me. 30 Rock is funny, but I haven't watched it. Mm-hmm. Parks and Rec, though. Oh. Every single character is your favorite at some point. Yeah, and that's why the show works. You can say they're my favorite and mean it.
Dude, 30 Rock is similar. The characters are fucking great. I will say that.
Lemon.
They're very... Yeah, Liz Lemon. Jack Donaghy, Alec Baldwin's character. He's my fucking favorite.
There's so many great memes.
But I also
He turns around, or he doesn't turn around. I've been expecting you, Lemon. How did you know? I was wrong 3 times.
The other 3 times were a lot more awkward. But yeah, that and like he's very Ron Swanson level of character for me. And then there's also like the 2 others I love are Jenna and Kenneth.
Just Kenneth, I know. So bubbly and over the top.
Yeah, just like this Southern Christian, like always like
happy,
positive, but like clearly lived some sort of like
tortured
fucked up backwoods life. Like that he just found so endearing. Like that and Jenna, who's just like the psychotic, like absolutely narcissistic, most needy, like actress stereotype in the world, who has also like just clearly been through some fucked up stuff.
She's Chelsea Peretti's character, Gina Linetti in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah. No,
another great show.
Oh, fucking Chelsea Linetti is so...
Chelsea Peretti.
Linetti. Chelsea Peretti's hilarious, for sure.
Her stand-up is also excellent.
Stand-up comedy. What a pure form of comedy.
God, I love it. Come and see me at some point eventually when I try somewhere.
Dude, yeah. Do you have any like open mics around here? There's got to be stuff around.
There's a
here.
bunch. I'm on 2 mailing lists, and I have the emails of the booking guys for a club in Providence and one in Boston.
Oh.
And it's really just been waiting while I did all that EMT work. I haven't had the time, and I didn't want to half-ass 7 things. I wanted to half-ass 6. Not really. I think you have to do that in front of a crowd, which is where it's going to be rough. Maybe I'll do that in front of our crowd of friends tonight. I'll do a 3-minute set.
Do you want to do it now? Do you want to like share some of it now on the podcast?
The podcast?
Yeah. Where we prod at your stand-up bits.
Where we just shred them and make them really, really hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. How can I get into talking about it? Maybe I'll try and subtly steer the podcast in the direction of some of these topics.
For our more acute listeners, you got to try to trace these little threads that he's pulling.
Tell when it's just Steve's natural charisma carrying the humor of the conversation, or when Zane's actually trying his hardest.
Dude, that's a very good improv skill to have, to be able to just like kind of like steer a conversation seamlessly.
Segues are weird.
This might be too much laughing. Segues are weird.
And with that, here's a word from our sponsors. The Buttress Pillow.
The buttress pillow.
If you like pillows and you like butts, you'll like the Buttress Pillow. It is both a pillow and a butt.
And it's real. Look it up. Like, I swear to God, we're both holding them right now.
These memory foam pillows come crafted in the exquisite shape of a shapely bum and come with a patented yoga pant pillow cover to complete the look, feel, and sensation.
Yeah, they're like memory foam or some shit, and they're squishy as fuck. And use code fellas on Amazon when you buy one.
They're not for sale on Amazon, and we're not sponsored by them. But it was a Kickstarter, and my mom has a great sense of humor, so she bought me 2 memory foam ass pillows for my birthday a year or 2
so
ago.
when you do find them, use code fellas. It'll be a great time, and you'll get 100% off.
100% off. Did you hear that? No limit per use per visit to the site. You can
we
just
get that name again?
empty their stock. That's fellas at buttresspillow.com. But also, if you want to snuggle a bum, I highly recommend checking them out. They're super comfortable. It helps keep my bad back in line while I'm sitting on the couch talking about bullshit with Steve. And they're really comfortable. You can bury your face right in it. You can, I don't have any holes cut in mine at all. But if that's the way, if you're a pillophile, then go for it.
Definitely an option.
I think pillophile might be my favorite line of the podcast.
Pillophile. A couple of pillophiles.
That's way too close if you're talking with any like dry mouth or something. There's better sex toys than cutting a pillow open, especially a genuinely comfortable pillow. So remember, use code fellas at buttresspillow.com.
At Buttress Pillow for 100% off.
Guys,
you can sue us if I'm not telling the truth, because this is a fact.
And you can take that to the bank.
Absolutely, and you should.
Oh. Have you ever bought a sex toy, Steve?
Have I ever bought a sex toy? No, I have not. But
Yes.
we have like, we might cut this out. We have one listener who I'll tell you afterwards, who has listened to this podcast, who I plan on buying a fleshlight for in the near future.
Don't edit this out. This is great. Now everybody's going to be doing the math among the 3 listeners.
No, I'm going to be hoping it's them, yeah.
Hoping.
But yeah.
Fleshlight, that's high quality.
Yeah. There's a lot of options, dude. There's so many customization options. I had no idea. Like, it's a whole build your own system.
Oh, I know.
I was woefully unaware.
And then there's other companies I've seen too, and I don't know how I've even found this. Maybe just post on the Chive, but there are ones that are based off of like video games and sci-fi stuff. There's a whole line of like dragon, alien, whatever themed fleshlight and dildos.
There's like Na'vi from Avatar.
Yes, exactly. There is Na'vi, and they're not just colored; they are different.
Yeah, different anatomy. Entirely.
Yeah, I think there was a Smog one. They did like a Hobbit release.
Smaug? The dragon?
It wasn't 30 feet long. Yeah, it was a dildo.
Oh.
It's not so you can fuck
I thought we were
slobs.
still on Fleshlights.
No, they made like both men's and women's products.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm leaning away from the mic because Freya got some fuzz and she's chewing on it. And
she'll poo it out.
Alright, bet.
It's all natural cotton polyester
That's fine.
plastic.
I'm sure that's fine. Okay.
The Pacific Garbage Patch has nothing on Freya's lower
You
intestine.
stupid fucking idiot dog. I was trying to save you. And you ate furniture fluff instead.
I have ordered it as gag gifts for more than one person, but I've also ordered them as not gag gifts for like in a relationship.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that people should explore their options more because that just adds
Variety?
Exactly.
Huh.
I think always having more, it's not like you're obligated or honestly, if you think your girlfriend's going to replace you because you bought a vibrating stick, you are doing a bad job. But put the power in your hands. I say go for it.
Wow.
And actually, after a conversation with Christina Aguilera, in the spur of the moment, because I don't have anything, I figured I would order a vibrator for my place just in case there should be a lucky lady.
What a gentleman.
Because that's the type of funny thing that I'll do. So in front of her, we picked one out on Spencer's and I ordered it.
Wow.
But when I got the shipping confirmation, it was 12 minutes after I left my apartment to go to Nashville.
Okay.
Like, I stayed till 1:45 and it got delivered at 2:03.
Okay, so it just sat here?
No, I came back and it wasn't here. And I had my neighbors
Your
look for
vibrator's
it.
been jacked?
Exactly. That's a beautiful one. Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out what might have happened because if somebody stole my package, ooh, what a shock.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But there's also there is one neighbor in my building who had the cops called on him, not by me, honest to God, but he thinks it was by me.
And his apartment was full of vibrators.
But I'm wondering, maybe, just a slim thought that crossed my mind, maybe my neighbor stole my mail to get back at me and found a vibrator. Which is not the impression I wanted to give, living in my studio apartment, just me and my dog.
Is the single dude...
Without any regular company or evidence of a girlfriend.
is the single dude with a dog and a vibrator a worse rep than the dude who called the cops on me?
And would I have both reps?
Yes, but if you had to choose one, which would you rather choose?
I think the single dude with the
Dude,
vibrator.
yeah, I don't want to be the dude that called it. Like, it's like, yeah, that dude's
I'm not a
weird.
snitch.
That dude's weird, but hey, he minds his business.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But I haven't wanted to confront him about it because first, he thinks I called the cops on him.
Yeah, of
And
course.
second, every time I imagine it going down, I imagine him handing me back an open box. And the only thing worse than a missing sex toy would be a sex toy in an open box. Because I don't trust that.
Yeah, I mean, you just go, oh, thanks, man, and then you throw
it
out.
away.
Yeah, you throw it in the trash.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
So I haven't tracked that one down. But
Well,
I think it's worth
you weren't
exploring.
going to use it in the future anyway. It's for someone else.
Probably not, yeah. Honestly, just to have. Like, maybe it's a gag gift. Maybe it has a reason.
Damn.
Every time I try and sit down and actually write jokes for a stand-up bit, that's actually one story I thought I might tell.
Okay.
There's your answer at the end of the book, listeners. My vibrator jacking neighbor who's wanted by the police.
Oh, dude, yeah, you worked that in flawlessly.
That might have been a bit, but that's a
done.
literal first pass, so there's plenty more to be done. And
Yeah, and you
who
obviously...
knows? Maybe I'll just lie and say I did get it back as an opened package.
Dude, you could do that for sure. If it's a better finish to a joke.
A better embellishment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I start a joke and I just don't know where it's going. I hope I find it along the way. But every time I try and sit down and write jokes, like an actual joke, I feel like I'm stuck with story type comedy because
I feel like story type comedy's the best.
it's my favorite, but I hope the market's not saturated now that that's becoming popular. The only types of jokes I can ever write are small dick jokes.
Really?
And Maybe it's the
Are
universe.
you hack? Is that why?
Maybe I'm hack. Maybe it's the universe trying to tell me something. Maybe art just imitates life, Stephen. Maybe it's my subconscious feeling self-conscious. I'm not sure, but you might be wondering, how many small dick jokes do I have to hear before this is a problem of his? This many dick jokes.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think the what was it? The vibrator thief. I think that was more seamless, but that was also more conversational. Whereas like that second bit you just did was clearly more of like a stand-up thing. But obviously on stage you can't have a conversation.
There's a skill to it. I think you can to some level, but I don't have that skill. And let me not fool anyone. This is beyond amateur comedy. This is, I have a bunch of pages written.
This is comedy in beta.
We're beta testing it.
Yeah.
This is, at some point, I will be the amateur getting booed. So we're a step before that.
Oh.
Don't hold your breath.
Dude, so you know Jake and Amir?
Yes.
So I was listening to their podcast on the way here, and like Amir was saying how one time, like, dude, I think he's so fucking funny. Like, I think, especially even between them, I think Amir is like
very funny.
From Jake and Amir, I think he's like a brilliant comedian. But he talked about how he did stand up once and how he just bombed so bad. Like, and he was like telling some of his jokes, and they were like semi clever, but they weren't like, they were kind of like dumb. Like he was like saying like, you know, with the traffic in LA, it usually takes like 6 hours to get here, but with the way I drive, 5 hours, 58 minutes. Like, it's like a clever little joke, but you can see how like in a room full of people, that's just not gonna land. Like, it's not gonna make people like actually laugh. And so, yeah, he just like bombed so hard. He said one guy in the room yelled, "You're not funny," and that got the biggest laugh of the night. And then he just never did stand up again, dude. Bombing like that seems so rough. But, like, you just got to be like, okay, part of the process. Let's get better next time. Only nowhere to go but up.
If anime has taught me anything, if anime has taught me anything, it's that not giving up will make it work eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
And with stand-up, I actually think that's it. If you can just take those horrible, shitty feelings and do it again, you will well, maybe not everyone, but, like, I think that will work. If you are putting in effort, actively paying attention and trying and working, I feel like you can build. There's more talent and art to like hit high levels, but to at least not be bad.
Yeah. Dude, well there was, oh my God, and I hate telling stories that I don't know the specifics of, but I haven't thought about this in a while, but there's this documentary on Netflix about this guy who, like, he was in, like, this, like, metal, like, rock band, right? And, like, from the time he was, like, in his, like, 20s, he's been just, like, performing music in, like, bands and stuff, trying to, like, make it big. And he made such little money, and he worked in, like, this, like, frozen meat thing, I guess. Like, just, like, packing, like, frozen meats, and, like, and just continuing to make music. And he went for so long without making it big that eventually I guess Netflix found him and made a documentary about him, and now he plays concerts. Like he did it! It was literally just pure time and effort that sold people on him.
It's amazing. I love that attitude. Time and effort, just keep pounding, keep hammering. Cam Haynes' thing.
And people get into things so late in life. Like Ricky Gervais, did you see him at the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
Dude, he's so funny and successful to the point where he can just say, fuck it, I can do whatever I want. And he just roasts everybody.
That's also his personality, though. Like, that is his comedy.
Dude, he didn't get into comedy until he was in his, like, late 30s or early 40s.
That's crazy.
That's when he made, like, The Office, which was, like, his, like, first thing.
That makes me so much less stressed about having to delay it 2 months for my EMT course.
Yeah.
I'm going to chase this, if for no other reason than to build humility.
Oh, God. And he's, like, such a treasure. And he didn't do it until, like, midlife.
I think I'm not going to be ready to go on stage until I have at least 2 quips in response to a devastating heckle. Like, 2 things that at least somewhat parry it in my favor.
Dude, dealing with hecklers.
A response like, that's still laughter and I'm counting it on my book or something. Or coming out at the front and being like, if you're laughing at me, not with me, I'm still counting that as a win.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean,
Like,
people
I'm
want
here
that.
to make you have a good time, and if that's at my expense, so be it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But there's got to be a funny way to do that rather than a scared bitch way to do it, which is what that sounds like.
Yeah.
That sounds like no confidence.
Oh, man.
And I don't know that I can play diminutive, low confidence comic. I think I have to rely on the maximum energy and enthusiasm that I like.
Yeah. I know what you mean. You're not going to be like what's his name, like Dion Cole?
Absolutely.
Like,
Or
he just
Tom-
kind of stands almost completely still,
Tom Segura.
reads completely deadpan, and like, but it works for him.
That's just not my style.
Fair enough, yeah.
So
Like, Kevin Hart's the opposite of that, and he's the most successful fucking comic that
That's
there is
so
right
true.
now. Like, he plays arena tours.
that's nuts. Rogan and Chappelle did a 23,000 seater. I think Hart's done like 30 or 40. I don't even know.
Crazy, man.
Didn't he like sell out the Eagles arena stadium or something?
Maybe, yeah, sounds about right.
He did
I don't know.
something ludicrous. I don't know what that would be, like 65,000.
Yeah.
Stupid sized. And also, I think he's great in movies.
Yeah, he is. He's funny.
Jumanji is funny as shit.
Did you see the new one?
Not the newest, but I saw the first new one, and it was really good.
I heard that one was good and that this newest one is like a cash grab. I haven't seen either, though.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess if neither one of us see it, we don't have much to say about it.
There's so many good movies out that I still want to see. Knives Out, Clue, basically.
Yeah.
That looks great, and
Dude,
I hear it got
Clue
good
is
reviews.
an underrated board game.
I don't think I've ever really played Clue.
You've never played Clue?
I don't think I've ever played Clue.
All
I've
right.
never played Risk. I've never played Stratego. I've never played Yahtzee. I've never played Backgammon.
Wow, you haven't played a lot. I would have expected you
But
to play
there's a
board
bunch that I
games.
have. Yeah, my family was huge into it. Candyland, Snakes and Ladders, Mousetrap, Monopoly, Settlers of
Chutes and
Catan,
Ladders.
Shoots and Ladders, Snakes and Ladders. That was also one.
Eels and Escalators.
Outstanding reference.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, dude, I played a good amount of Stratego as a kid, too. I like that one a lot.
That's why you have all these dictatorial tendencies.
Exactly, dude.
You are so ready. You're
Dude,
basically Tropico.
The best feeling was when you got it. So the way Stratego works, it's very simple. You have it's kind of like chess. So you have a bunch of pieces like all lined up in a certain configuration, and they basically have point values from like 1 to 10. And you just slowly move them up the board, and your opponent doesn't know like which pieces are which until they actually go into battle and they get revealed. As
So it's like
this
war
number, this number.
at that part.
Yeah,
You flip your card and you see the strength.
Yes, but then after that, your opponent knows what piece this is. So it's like you're trying to kind of avoid battle. And the cool thing is, like, it just basically goes up. So, like war, except a 1 can beat a 10. And
Wait.
that's the only thing a 1 can beat is a 10.
Oh.
Everything else
So
beats
that's
a
a
1.
brilliant twist.
So, dude, and so the 1 is called the spy. And so, dude, when you take out a 10 with a spy, it's like, oh, it's such a good feeling. It's like, oh, fuck you. But you can't be too obvious about it. Like, it's not like they revel their 10 and then maybe you, like, just shoot your spy out because it can get intercepted so easily by any other
anything
piece.
else. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That sounds pretty solid.
I
like
love
board
Clue
games.
also, but if we ever play, I have to be Colonel Mustard. I'm always Colonel Mustard. He's the sickest character.
Does he have a sick mustache?
Of course.
He sounds like he has a sick mustache. That's part of... Oh, I'm ready to upgrade my console. I think I'm about done with the
I'm
Xbox.
so ready to upgrade to play board games.
You'll see where this is going to.
Okay.
And what I think I want to switch to is to PC because that's going to be upgradable and just like consistent. And as video games, I don't know, reach a singularity, I feel like everything's going to start unifying. Just go with PC.
Yeah.
That's always a solid
PC's the
fallback.
safest choice
It gets
for sure.
all of the games eventually, usually.
Yeah.
And I can do VR, which I am so incredibly excited about. I'm hoping in the next couple of months I will have saved up enough to do VR.
Hell yeah.
But there is a board games VR where you can play hundreds of board games and you are like there and you can zoom in and out so you can be on the board in Monopoly, but you can play online with your friends.
Wow.
You can play board games in VR.
That's
and
pretty cool.
It sounds like you can do so much in that single simulator has like 200 board games. And it sounds great. It looks like so much fun.
That's such
So yeah, I'm ready to upgrade to board games.
That's quite the thing to use the technology of VR for, is play board
We're
games.
reverting.
I just really want to play Sound Shapes. Or not Sound Shapes. Jesus, not Sound Shapes at all. Beat Saber. I'm glad that you got that from Sound Shapes.
Is Sound Shapes a game?
Yeah, Sound Shapes is a different game.
Because that's also a pretty good fit for
Yeah, it's
Saber.
a pretty good name. But yeah, I want to play Beat Saber really bad.
I've watched videos of it. There's an Eminem Rap God. There's user tracks, so people make their own, and they're incredible, and there are some really talented people. But also, this game looks like so much fun, pretty much infinitely, and a great cardio workout.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't
that's when the Let's Play is going to take off.
True.
There's some incredible games, and now there's some physics-based ones. Boneworks, I think I might have mentioned to you. It's like what Half-Life did with a physics-based engine.
Okay.
And they did it in VR, and it's very Half-Life-esque.
Yeah.
You can grab and articulate pretty much everything, and it works with the index controllers where it tracks each finger. So you have
How expensive is the index controller?
That's part of the Valve VR set that I want, which the whole set is $1,000.
That's the Steam Index?
The Valve Index. But yes, it's the Steam one. Okay. Valve owns Steam.
Yeah.
Valve is so cool as a company, too. You know that they have basically no hierarchy, and anyone can kind of work on any project that's going on, which is part of why sometimes things get picked up and dropped a dozen times, like Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
But also,
I don't know if that ever actually went into development. I don't like.
But there were portions of Valve that kicked it around or started, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Valve, it's like pretty much everyone that works there has an equal say, and they can just choose what projects to work on. So some things get a bunch of people and it comes out fast and is great.
Then why don't they make games anymore? Well, I guess they're starting to now. They're making that new Half-Life game for VR.
Yep, Alex,
yeah.
ALYX.
Yep.
It comes with the VR set if I buy that. If you buy the Valve one. That's the headset I want.
That makes me want. Did you ever play Half-Life?
I played Half-Life 2 a good portion of the way through.
I remember you said it wasn't really for you, though.
Yeah, it just it was good, but I felt like there were better games at the point I played it.
It's been done better since then?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I played it a couple years too late, I think, so I didn't finish it, and I didn't get the crazy burst of love that everyone seems to have.
Gotcha.
But, did you?
Yeah, I played it also, way after the fact. I liked it a lot, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's this god-tier game like a lot of people say it is. It was the first to do a lot of very cool things, though.
Definitely. And some of the Gary's Mod free stuff that
that shit's
that
wild.
came of it.
That
oh
was
my god.
Whole culture.
Doop, 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 doop. That's banana phone, baby. Do you think we should do a little would you rather bit also? Just throw a little sprinkle in every segment.
Shoot me one.
I just wrote down a couple little ones from this, but I have one good question for you off of video games at least. Would you rather be a cyborg or half animal? And if half animal, which and why?
Gotta be Cyborg. I mean, Cyborg, I feel like Cyborg, it can be completely, internal, not obvious to anybody, and can just, improve you without any defects. I feel like being part animal in any way is going to have some sort of drawback.
I can think of 3 pretty solid animal pairings.
Or are we talking about Cyborg like the Teen Titan? You're, robotic and everyone knows all the time.
Either one, how you interpret it. Let me counter with my 3 animal ideas.
Okay.
Although I'm still not sure I wouldn't pick Cyborg.
Okay.
The first, and this is how you can kind of decide or interpret it your way for Cyborg.
Gotcha.
Half chimp. If it's muscle connections and internal, those could be half chimp in a lot of ways that you don't notice at all, but you're going to be 3 times as strong and able to digest anything. And depending what half you pick, you might not even notice.
Yeah. Ooh, octopus brain.
That's an option! So, Cyborg, you can decide. Maybe the more visible things are more powerful.
I'm talking about, Deus Ex, Human Revolution Cyborg.
See, that is a strong contender.
Right?
But it also depends, is there a market for parts and upgrades? Are there people I can work on and keep improving? Or am I stuck at that,
I'm assuming I get it once and then it works ideally for the rest of my life.
As is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might miss you out on later Cyborg things, but we're digging in. The other 2 possible animal hybrids that I think would be solid would be pick an eagle or something and just have angel wings.
Whoa.
Because
But are they eagle-sized or are they scaled up?
They'd be scaled up, dipshit.
Okay.
I'm thinking Archangel from X-Men.
Dude, but can a human body fly with wings that size? Would that work?
Can a European swallow carry a coconut?
Can it?
That's a Monty Python reference.
Oh, okay.
What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? African or European? They're deciding if it can carry a coconut. Look, if the cyborg tech is going to work, why wouldn't my wings work?
Fair enough.
This is Fantasyland, Steven. Get your head out of reality.
At least.
I'm assuming you have flight, working wings.
Okay.
Either muscled or hollow boned or whatever.
Gotcha.
That works. That would be a sick one. I've considered that even among all of the X-Men powers as like a pretty good option. Not inconspicuous, but a pretty good one.
Well, Angel, he's like pretty good at just like, he like kind of belts him up on his back and he like passes for like not having them day to day.
Yeah, but sometimes they're gigantic when you see them and it's like, I don't know that you could actually have that hidden.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
That would be an almost worth it hybrid to be.
Yeah, fair.
And the third obvious one,
people would actually think you were an angel too.
That'd be kind of sick.
Like,
you could start a religion off of this.
You could absolutely start a religion off of it.
Or be a top military contractor, or be probably one of the most famous celebrities in the world.
Yeah. You
could do a lot with a set of wings.
But what's your final animal idea?
Oh, donkey dick.
Strong contender as well. Almost, yeah, it's right on par with angel wings, I would say. But yeah, I feel like
if it's Deus Ex and all of my ports are USB-C or whatever,
yeah, exactly,
and I can upgrade when the technology of people catches up to that.
For the mere fact that I could plug my phone into my arm, cyborg better than wings.
I think I might go with the cyborg or the wings. That's a tough one.
Or like carbon fiber skin.
You could also be a mermaid and just get instantly a massive swath of Tinder girls.
Oh yeah, but then you have to have a fish bottom / dolphin bottom, I guess, and live in the water. And you can't. And if you're only half, then you're not breathing water. Wait, dolphins
drowning underwater.
Wait, dolphins can't breathe water. No, you got a blowhole. You're good.
Where is it, Steve? Where's your blowhole?
It's on your back, right? Like,
that sucks.
Like between your shoulder blades.
I feel like it's top of the head.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's right where, right in the crown of your head.
You pinch your nose and blow real hard and just blow a fragment of your brain out the back of your dome. Here we go, transformation complete.
Oh, man.
Phineas Gage this shit. Okay, yeah, let's go with cyborg.
I think we're choosing cyborg, yeah.
You could put a penis inflation pump in your hardware, then all the benefits of donkey dick with none of the
or like
drawback.
Just like a Viagra, like slow dispenser inside of your bloodstream already.
Nano Viagra.
Yeah, exactly.
We should name drugs. We could be pretty good at this.
Nano Viagra.
Not nano.
Yeah, not so nano anymore.
That's the name of the medicine.
It's almost like it's one of those names that's like long but hopefully catchy. Like, I can't believe it's not butter. Like, that is such a long name.
That was a gamble.
But like, man, did it catch on? I can't believe it's not butter. It's so not catchy.
I still don't believe it, and I've done tests.
Like, are there any other brands you can think of like that? I think that's like the pinnacle of long brand names.
Antisocial social club.
Dude, the funny thing is when
Chris D'Elia, the comedian, is wearing that at one of his specials.
When we were in college, I remember just seeing a bunch of like foreign kids wearing that, and I was like, "Oh!"
They made the fashion.
I was like, "Oh, there's a club." It's like a little self-aware, but like, oh, that's pretty cool that they have a club and they all wear sweatshirts together.
At least once that thought crossed my mind.
And then after a couple years of thinking that, I found out that it was actually this like hype beast like clothing company, like clothing brand. I felt like such a fool because the stuff doesn't look that. It looks like hoodies and flannels.
Yeah,
I kind of don't get it.
It's the new hipster fashion-y trend, and I wish I had the words and language.
Yeah.
Hype beast, yeah.
That's what, like the Supreme
Gymshark does it in fashion. Yeezy and Supreme do it with clothes. Exactly.
It's that limited release culture.
Yeah, it's something exclusive
to be
a part of, to be hip.
I remember someone explaining it to me. I was working.
Was it Andre when he bought a $400 North Face blanket?
Supreme blanket.
Supreme North Face blanket to flip it and had trouble. No shit.
No, it was this kid. I was working at a party because we used to do that, but I was by myself. And this kid comes up to me and he wants to smoke or whatever, and he whips out his Supreme like Zippo lighter. And I was like, "Oh, that's Supreme, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I never really got like what the big deal was about it." And he's like, "Oh, dude, no, like it, like you don't get it." I was like, I mean, I guess I understand that it is rare and that's why people want it, but I don't understand past it being rare what value it has, other than to sell it. He's like, no, dude, that's not it at all. And I was like, I was eager. I was like, oh, like, tell me, like, what's it all about then? Like, why do you like it so much? And he's like, dude, like, they only came out with, like, 1,000 of these. And so, dude, I got in there and people want it for so much. So he was clearly fucked up because he told me exactly what I had told him already.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty close match.
But yeah, it's still a complete just puzzle to me, like, how this business model is effective. They sold a brick.
Man,
And now that brick afterwards, after it sold out, was going for like $1,000 on eBay.
but it was also a banana taped to a wall for $120,000.
Oh my god!
The world is nuts.
What was the deal with that? Some guy like came up and ate it.
It was
said like, "This is my performance art."
Yeah, and he was just a random guy.
Yeah,
And he came up, pulled it off the wall, and ate it at the museum where it was being displayed.
Yeah,
$120,000 piece of art. And then walked out before security could find him. And I swear to God, the next picture I saw were two security guards holding a blanket up to hide the wall because somebody, after he left, painted in lipstick, Epstein didn't kill himself.
I never heard that detail. I never heard that.
So I saw two security guards just holding a sheet over it. And they cleaned it off and duct taped another banana there.
Wow. Yeah, I heard the guy's defense was like, oh, like, this is my performance art, and it symbolizes, like, the, what's the word? The,
Transiency of beauty?
No, it was kind of, like, legit. It's, like, undeserved, but it starts with a P.
Huh.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Pancake.
No, we got this. We were articulate enough.
Starts with a P, undeserved.
Yeah, it means...
Give me more synonyms. Talk around it.
It's like some like asshole who's talking about like how like kind of like
Someone
they
at home
deserve all
is
this
yelling
stuff.
at their screen. Oh.
Or they're like
Privileged.
No, that's not it.
Or
We might have to cut a lot of this out.
presumptive.
Presumptuous is very close. It's do you know what I'm trying to get at?
Talk more around it.
Like yeah, someone who thinks that like they're kind of like entitled to things, or like thinks that they like deserve something before they're really impressive enough to like deserve that.
Talking
Or,
about
like,
the artist? Was his
yeah, and people like you would describe like snobby art critics as this.
Posh.
No.
Pompous.
Fuck it. Whatever. If I think of it later, we can throw it in at the end.
We'll tack on an edit.
Yeah.
It was blah!
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll just title the episode. We'll make it the title of the episode.
Oh. So if you listened all the way to the end and you're wondering why the hell that was the title,
Yeah,
this was the word we were thinking
Yeah,
of.
and hopefully it doesn't drive you crazy. Although it might drive you crazy even more so now that you know.
It wasn't good. It was just that. Thanks for listening to A Couple of Fellas.